Poverty is the worst form of violence. Mahatma Gandhi. A child dies of extreme poverty every 3 seconds. Somebody's daughter, somebody's son. That's 22,000 young lives lost each day. Did you know that less than 1% of what the world spends every year on weapons is all it takes to put every child around the world into school? 72 million children of primary school age in the developing world were not enrolled in school last year. 121 million people are unable to read a simple book or even sign their name. These children are dying, or barely surviving, in the poorest villages on the earth, far removed from the scrutiny and judging eye of the surrounding world. The children are weak and timid in life and invisible in death. As JFK once said, man holds in his mortal hands the power to abolish all forms of human poverty. We are the generation that believes we can do the seemingly impossible and create a lasting, impactful change. It's time to get started. Volunteering abroad is said to be one of the most enriching, worthwhile experiences a person can partake in throughout the course of their life. Not only are you learning about and living in new countries and cultures, but you are helping improve the lives of the locals. You can aid them in many ways, such as through building schools, orphanages, or homes, through social programs where you engage with children or the elderly, through conservation programs where you work with the environment and local wildlife, through health and medicine programs where you teach basic first aid and illness awareness to the locals, or through teaching programs where you will teach English as a second language to children or adults. Volunteering not only improves the lives of the needy around the world, but it enriches your own life and provides you with a sense of purpose, the knowledge that you're making a change.
Well, I guess I always knew about, there are people suffering in the world and there are horrible injustices everywhere, and it always kind of bothered me. And I tried to be aware, throughout middle school and into high school of what's going on in the world. So I thought, when I went to Bolivia, going into grade 11 for 2 weeks, I kind of thought, I'm prepared, I know what to expect, there's going to be poverty, there's going to be injustice, it's going to make me cry, it's going to be really sad. But what I didn't expect to learn was that no matter where you go, all over the world, people are the same. People just want love, they want to be loved, they want to experience joy, they want to, be able to see the strengths in themselves and in their friends. And to see the way people interact with each other, and even through poverty and through circumstances so much lower, by my view, than my own, to see how people can just come together and celebrate life was probably the best thing that I experienced from going to Bolivia. So I would recommend to anyone, the moment that you step outside of your box and you start to see the world around you can be life-defining. It was for me.
And I think it really helped me to form the views that I have about just life in general when I was there, just because I was able to see at a young age that really we're so fortunate to be living in a country like Canada, and it really allowed me to just be so thankful for the things that I have. So I think that it's really important for anybody, if you ever have an opportunity to go on a short-term mission trip or to go volunteer in the third world, definitely do it, because it's going to change your life.
I'm Ellen Woodworth, and this past Christmas break I went to Haiti. A group of us went from a summer camp, and we went down there. Our vision was to run camps for an orphanage. This affected me in so many ways. I went there thinking of how I was going to be teaching them, but I came back and knowing so much more what they taught me. It showed me how simply you can live, and really the real necessities of life, how happy you can be even when you don't have anything except for friends and family. These kids really had nothing. Some of the times I would think that me tucking them in at night, that could have been the first time that they were tucked in by anyone, or me telling them that they were beautiful, that could have been the first time that someone told them they were beautiful. coming back, it was really hard for me to come back into our culture from Haiti's culture, where they have absolutely nothing. Poverty is all around us, and hungry. Everyone's always hungry. And coming back to our culture, which is overindulging and a materialistic culture, it made me take a hard look at myself and what I was doing and what I could change. It really broadened my perspective on the world, that it's not only just me and not only just our community in Fredericton, but it's more so this whole world and how what we can do to impact the world around us. Before going to Haiti, I thought that my worldview was pretty accurate, that I wasn't completely oblivious to what was going on in the world, but after going to Haiti, it's just, I feel like my whole view on the world just completely broadened. My eyes were open to a lot of the problems that are going on in the world. Before, poverty was just something that I heard about, but when I was in Haiti, I actually got to experience it, and I got to live in poverty with these children. So it really, in general, missions trips and going to different countries is completely worthwhile and completely rewarding. The first time, which Haiti was my first time going to a different country, a third world country, and I would say changed my life completely. It hit me hard going to Haiti. My heart broke for these children, and I fell in love with every single person there. So I would recommend people going to a third world country, not necessarily a third world country, but experience a culture that is different than yours. Different. It's not wrong, it's just different, and we need to learn not to be forcing our culture on the other cultures, but more so learning about their culture and even applying all the things that you experience in that culture to your own life.
When you open your eyes and you open your heart to what's around you, you can't help but keep looking. You can't help but keep searching for the change that you can make in the world. So I'd recommend to anyone that thought of going to a third world country or a developing country to consider that, because it's life-changing, I